It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the West Salem Panthers and the Onalaska Luther Knights. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Lewiston Monument in Lewiston, Minnesota. And Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Now let's go courtside with KQEG's Rick Wilson and Terry Erickson. It's time for the...
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Luther High School. Tonight, only one team comes out, number 2 tonight. Hi, everybody. Rick Wilson and Terry Erickson bringing you tonight's game, the West Salem Panthers and the Onalaska Luther Knights. Terry, these two teams are tied for second place in the Coulee, both at 5-2. Luther 8-6 overall, West Salem 7-9. This looks to be a great matchup tonight.
Well, Art and I were at West Salem to see the first meeting here, a game that West Salem won sort of handily towards the end of the game. They took charge and Luther self-destructed. And so it's a game based on what I saw in December, two even teams, very even teams, and we'll kind of get into that in a minute.
Now, Luther, though, has not lost a game at home yet. They have lost to some teams away, like GET, and then they came back here and played them here and beat them soundly. So there seems to be a little bit of magic on this court here for the Luther Knights. Well,
I think with Brad Schopper, who's in his 10th year as head coach, he's used kind of what he calls Luther Nation, Knight Nation, to his benefit, and they've had plenty of success here. I can remember working a lot of games here myself, both conference and non-conference games, when I've seen the Luther Knights at a high level of play, using particularly their transition game.
Well, last time these two teams met, Luther lost 62-48. West Salem comes out the winner on that one that you mentioned. Athnos averaging about 20 points a game for the West Salem Panthers. Trent Foreman 15 a game. Hauser about 12 a game. Although Athnos against Westby nailed 30 points that night in that game, so he's capable of a lot of scoring here.
Well, I'm going to talk about him as one of the players to watch here this evening. But when West Salem won back on December 13th, he took control in the last part of the second half.
Yeah, they don't have a fourth quarter anymore.
I was going to say fourth quarter.
You almost did, yeah.
And he really kind of put the game away. Had a lot of turnovers, made a lot of bad decisions. But when it came down to where they really needed his leadership, he came through, no doubt about it. But Luther coming off of a big win over Westby. Again, you talk about Luther and West Salem being so close and being very challenging opponents and critical matchups. Well, Westby has always been the team that Luther has looked to beat, and they beat them in the Coulee Classic on January 26th in a big game coming back. At the end of the season, they'll play Westby again, so that'll be a fun game. See how that turns out.
Well, and these two teams have both played GET. West Salem lost to GET, as I understand it, at the buzzer. Somebody put in one at the buzzer, and they lost by a point. However, Luther beat GET right here, 71-55. They beat them by almost 20 points.
The problem with Luther and Brad Schopper told me that on the phone today is they've been inconsistent from game to game and from half to half, and that's been one of the problems. But when you look at West Salem coming off of a loss to La Crescent, 2 losses in a row in the Coulee Classic, this is a big game for them. And talking to their second-year head coach Steve Kassenschmidt, he was worried because the team has not been in the gym all week long. It's kind of a different policy that school districts have throughout the state. Sometimes when there's no school districts will say absolutely no practice. Others will say, well, if you practice, it's got to be optional. And then others will say, like in lacrosse, if you practice, you got to go off-site and practice. And so some teams will go to the Boys and Girls Club. Some teams will maybe go to Viterbo or UWL. So every school district is different when it comes to the week we've had 4 days in a row with no school.
Well, and Coach Shopper said the same thing. His guys haven't been on the court in 3 days also. So he said to me, I don't know what to expect tonight, Rick.
You know, if I can say about this gym, though, I've had a real passion and a very emotional kind of a way that I look at this gym. For example, when you look at the scripture reading on the east side of the gym, that's exactly the reading that my mom had in her living room. And I used that in her eulogy a few years ago and worked a game here just a few days before she passed away. Second of all, you see Bernie Kennedy on the other side. He's a fixture here every single boys and girls game, football games, and so on. We've had all 4 of his kids on Seven Rivers Sports. He's here. We're going to be back here at West Salem Monday, by the way, Rick, you and I, do the Luther girls. And, of course, his daughter, Caitlin, one of the better players in the Cooley region. And then I see people like John Brandt here for years. He passed away recently. He would be a fixture on that top row. Sherry Kish died last week, and the mom of the Kish family, Kish Funeral Home, she sat in the front row all the time. So I have so many good memories of coming here. I like the spirit of this school. I like the Christian component. I like the way they basically embrace sportsmanship, hospitality. Just a nice place. You feel the same way, I think.
Oh, absolutely. You get such a warm feeling when you come here, although we do wish they'd turn the heat on up here in this room that they put us in, don't you think?
You know, and you said,
I was giving Joel Babinick a hard time
before
about
we went
that
on the
today.
air that somebody heard me say we're freezing up here. But, you know, I'm dressed kind of like I was back in the farm days because I grew up on a farm with thermal underwear, thermal top, corduroys, a stocking cap. So my wife said to me today, you look like pictures when you lived on a farm when you were young, and I guess maybe I do.
My wife said to me, you look like you must have a game at Luther tonight. We're giving him a hard time. All right, well, tonight, folks, it's going to be a good matchup, a Cooley Conference matchup between West Salem and Luther. You mentioned talking to Coach Shopper. He said to me, you know, I think this conference is so equal across the board. He said, I really like the way everybody looks. GET is not running away with it like they have in the past. He said Viroqua's looking pretty good, West Salem, Luther. He said it's a good-looking conference this year.
Well said, and there's not a lot in that top tier that separates the number 1 team from the number 4 team.
That's right. Well, it looks like we're going to get ready to start the things here, folks. So what we'll do is take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll get the tip-off going for you here. Tonight, the West Salem Panthers are visiting the Luther Knights on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. We'll be back after this.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where
you don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Are you ready for the Ultimate Platter Challenge? Jerry here at Big Boar Barbecue. Our Ultimate Platter is loaded with pork, brisket, chicken, ribs, 3 sides, and 4 slices of bread. If you can eat it all, it's yours free. I'll even give you a certificate for another one you can share with your friends. So how about it? You ready to take the challenge? Stop by, check out the rules, and dig in. And oh yeah, that's a mouthful.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson, and we are about ready to get underway here. First, we'll start with the introduction of the teams, beginning with the West Salem Panthers. Number 3 is a 6'1" senior. That's Malachi Athnos. Number 5 is a 5'10" senior. That's Mitchell Dunham. Number 10, a 6'4" junior. That's Josh Hauser. Number 20, he's a senior, Tyler Marcoux. And number 22 is a 6'4" senior. That's Trenton Foreman.
We're also going to see Austin Sevier, Casey Tart, Jack Healy will play a lot too. 3 Panthers in double figures.
Yeah.
Athnos, Hauser, and Trenton Foreman.
Steve Kastenschmidt, of course, the coach of the West Salem Panthers. Now for the Luther Knights, let's introduce them for you. Number 1, he's a 6'2" senior, Emery Bias.
Captain, Emery Bias, 15 points a game.
Number 2, 6'5", junior, Joey McNamara.
I like him, 12 points a game. We're going to talk about him throughout this game.
Number 4, 6'1", junior, Brandon Statler.
Averaging 6 points a game, Rick, and he's the point guard. He makes things happen.
Number 35, a 6'7" sophomore, Isaiah Lersch.
Only averaging 5 points a game, has more potential than any Luther player on the team.
Number 43, 6'10" senior, Bennett Lersch.
Leading the team in scoring with 16 points a game. He's going to play collegiate, no doubt about it. We'll see Matt Kilmer, we'll see Biden Bender, and we'll also see Emery Bias' younger brother, Lyndon Bias.
But you know, between the two Lersches, they account for well over 200 rebounds this year.
Yeah, well, you did some.
Almost 250.
Oh, my goodness, you did some work this afternoon. Of course, Brad Schopper, the 10th-year head coach, 26 years of teaching, coaching, and over 350 wins in his career.
So, McNamara and Foreman at center court. There's the tip, and it'll go to Luther, but they tipped it on the way up instead of on the way down.
Ooh, actually, that's supposed to be called by one of the other officials.
Well, it was caught by the official who threw the ball, so he'll do it again. There we go.
Then it's a violation, by the way.
So
it's not a re-jump.
West Salem will start it out. First possession, Athnos.
2-3 zone, Rick, right away.
Yeah.
Something we've seen a little bit. They mix a lot of things in. 1-3-1, 2-3, man-to-man.
Hauser goes into the middle there.
Like
that was pretty. Tyler Marcoux.
You know why I like that? Because great awareness by Trenton Foreman, hitting him from a down low at the baseline to a cutting open Marcoux.
So we start out 2-0. West Salem Panthers in the lead.
Steve Kastenschmidt, second-year head coach, got beat by these Luther Knights twice last year and ended up winning on December 13th in a hard-fought game. So he's 1-2 against these guys.
They put one up, doesn't go, but the rebound comes to West Salem.
Yeah, I just don't like that fadeaway with somebody that size. Bennett Lersch, I think he should just go right to the basket.
They go right to Foreman for 3.
Foreman is really one of my favorite players. He was during football, averaging 12, 14 points a game, the senior. He plays with passion and purpose.
5-0 now. West Salem in the lead. Shots up by the Knights. No, in and out. Kind of scooped in and out of the basket, but they get the rebound. Shots up again. That time it goes.
I like the effort. I like the effort by Brandon Stadler. There's no doubt about it. He's a junior point guard, does a lot of good things.
5-2 now. West Salem with the ball in the corner. Foreman. That time it missed. Not sure that was on track, but the West Salem Panthers get it back. There's Athnos.
Active hands by Mitchell Dunham, averaging 6 points a game. Kept the ball alive, but an empty little trip.
So
Panthers in a man-to-man. Got a sub ready to come in right away.
And that's an unforced turnover, huh?
Yeah, boy, unforced turnovers when you break them down on tape are like, oh boy, they're hard to swallow.
Yeah.
You got to have some Rolaids right next to you.
Panthers will bring it down again. Here's Athnos with the ball for West Salem.
I just think Athnos, one of the top players in the state, in his division, as a point guard.
Nice feed underneath, but they couldn't go anywhere with it.
Break it down by swinging the ball. Setting screen, swinging. Oh, nice.
Again
entry
underneath.
pass.
Now back out to Athnos. There's Foreman with another shot. That's off the rim, doesn't go, and we got a foul.
Foreman's missed 2 in a row and a loose ball foul that time on Tyler Marcoux.
That's his first.
These teams are like, I'm a horse racing fan. When you look at, if you compare them to horse racing, it's quarter horses that sprint all the time, and that's kind of like Luther, and thoroughbreds are more like the Panthers.
And Lersch for 2.
Lersch doing a nice job of not fouling over Athnos and getting a putback. He's got to do more of that.
5-4. Panthers get it down here.
I would, if I'm a Luther coach, a V-Hawk coach, I'd be looking at Lersch.
Dunham puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound comes to Lersch.
I'd be looking at Lersch. I'd be looking at McGuire, Warner. I'd be like, oh, nice.
There's a three-pointer by Emery Bias.
I like him as a player and as a person. He was on Seven Rivers Sports. Leading scorer last year on the team. Now a senior, averaging 15 points a game.
Okay, I just want you to know I win the $5.
Oh,
we had a bet. Devin and I, the cameraman, had a bet how soon it would take you to mention McGuire Werner.
We're playing,
and I win.
We're working their game tomorrow, for Pete's sakes. I just said those guys are not bona fide Division II and high-level Division III. Lersch and McGuire Werner are mid-Division III or NAIA. That's what I'm saying.
All right, I understand. That's what you're saying. Let's mention one of our sponsors, though, right now, and that would be Union State Bank of West Salem. Yeah, they're proud to support West Salem athletics. Union State Bank is a hometown community bank serving families and businesses in the Cooley region. For all of your banking needs, make it Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Remember FDIC.
Yeah, kind of like Holman. Holman has the same kind of passion in terms of sponsorship, don't they, for their school? I like
so.
that.
All right, here we go. It's 7-5 now. Luther is up by 2 points. Starting to make a move there. Let's see if West Salem can respond. West Salem will bring the ball in.
That last game when Art and I worked, Emery Bias didn't have an Emery Bias kind of game. Well, he just hit a 3 now. Maybe this will ignite him and his teammates.
Oh, loose ball. Picked back up again. Marcoux handles it to Athnos. Athnos back to Marcoux. Nowhere to go. He's got Lersch's in front of him. Back to Marcoux. They're going to have to hit that ball from the outside as much as they can. There's just too much height in the inside.
There it is. And the Knights pack it into the paint. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice move, though.
You know why that was so nice? Because he challenged 6'10" Bennett Lersch.
Well, and he stayed with it. He didn't give it up.
That's why I like him as a player, because of the way he plays.
Tied up at 7 apiece now. 13:54 left.
Not a good shot by Bias, who's been injured, by the way, a lot during the season, along with Bennett Lersch. Not been 100%.
Going to get a foul there. That's going to be on Joey McNamara.
Joey McNamara averaging 12 points a game. And
first team foul, first foul of the game.
Logan played these Knights, a couple of weeks
beat him
ago.
by about 3 points.
Well, they went into overtime.
It was close.
Remarkable game. McNamara had 26 points in that game.
Athnos now with the ball. He hands that off. They go inside. Foreman back outside again to Dunham. Here's the shot. Nope, not good. There's the shot by Dunham. Off the rim it comes. Rebound, though, comes back to Marcoux, and shots up again. That time, Hauser hits it.
I like him as a player also. I think the players to watch are indeed Hauser, Athnos, and Foreman. Hauser, 11 points a game.
Now the Knights go inside to Lersch.
Got to get more. You got to get more cutting, more movement, more spacing.
Lersch has to kick it back out. Now he goes inside again to Bennett Lersch. Puts it up, doesn't go. Put back.
Oh,
Yes,
nice,
now
nice.
he's got it.
Third time is a charm, right? Stayed with it. You gotta appreciate people that stay with it.
10-9, West Salem by a point. Loose ball picked up by Dunham. He throws it to Athnos. In the corner, back to Athnos again.
Athnos is the leader. He's the point guard. He's the captain. He's the quarterback. He makes a
Athnos
decision.
shoots. Got it.
Nice. The mid-range jump shot again off of an outstretched hands of 6'10" Bennett Lersch. That's nice.
12-9. Luther with the ball now. McNamara goes inside to Lersch. That's their move. Go inside to Lersch, kick it back out. Here it is from the corner.
It is. In and out.
Oh,
nice.
Look at that rebound.
Right in his hands.
Isaiah Lersch was there to get that rebound.
Is that why you go to the boards, Rick? You never.
Must be.
When somebody shoots, you don't go down the other end. You stay right there.
Make sure it goes in,
Oh, my
right?
goodness. Yeah, you do. Nice job. Bias back in. Didn't think he'd be out very long. And Joey McNamara, the 6'5 junior, gets a break.
Athnos gets into a trap. Oh, loses the ball. Oh, we're going to get a whistle.
Whoa, that looked clean. I guess not. So, foul on the Knights.
James Beidenbender is in the lineup for the Luther Knights.
First foul on Bias. Little 1-2-1-1 UCLA full court trap.
Athnos kicks it down quickly to Hauser. He'll take it to the hoop, puts it up. He's got two.
Hauser again challenges the big guy, and he wins.
West Salem 14-11 now.
Lersch has got to play better defense. Got to be more aggressive when the opponent comes right at him.
Now they go inside to Isaiah Bender. He has to kick it back out, though, and they're going to have a foul called.
Yeah, just a little touch, but an excuse me foul, I call that. That would be on Athnos. Excuse me, and the referee said, well, you still got a foul, even though you didn't mean to hit him.
Yeah, we know you didn't mean it. Too bad. Foul. Lersch now. They're going to go around the outside. Here's Statler with the ball.
You break a zone like you see here by moving the ball, cutting, inside out, movement, nice move.
Move by Lersch. Oh, boy.
That's why he's going to play at the college level. He didn't do that last time against West Salem.
14-13. West Salem by a point. Here's Foreman. Not that time. Bounces off the rim, and the Luther Knights get it back.
Last time he was at that.
Oh, there's a steal by Athnos.
Bad pass. Not a good decision by.
All the way to the hoop. He puts it up high on the glass, and it's two.
Higher the better. Luther needs a timeout if they don't score this time.
16-13. West Salem with a 3-point lead.
Little high-low action. Isaiah and Bennett Lersch.
Bias takes the shot. He's got it.
That's why he's the captain. And that's why he's a leader. Now,
another steal.
Speaking of timeout.
Another quick one.
Now the Panthers looking to maybe regroup here, huh?
And the Knights take the lead by a point as Hauser tries to put up a three, doesn't go. It's 17-16 Luther, 10 minutes left, first half. And Bias has the ball now up top. Poked away by Dunham. He's going to pick it up.
A little casual, Rick. Oh, look at that.
There's Athnos for two.
A little careless, a little casual, and not a good way to run your offense when you do that.
Look at West Salem take advantage of that, though, quickly. 18-17.
Take better care of the ball.
Notice how Marcoux just blocked out that ball as it came off the rim and got the rebound. Look at that.
And a timeout.
3-point shot by Dunham.
I like Dunham as a player, too. Looked good last time I saw him.
Okay, our score, let's see. They just put one up, so that was a three-pointer. It's 21-17. We'll be back right after this.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are.
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson, and it's 21-17. The West Salem Panthers with a 3-point lead. 9 minutes, 29 seconds left.
Talked about players to watch here, and we talked about the Luther Knights. We talked about the Panthers, but the Lersch brothers and Joey McNamara, I think those guys need to have a good game here.
McNamara puts up an air ball. Here's Athnos now, all the way down. Nice feed to Trenton Foreman, and there's two.
Poor transition defense by the Knights, but a good fast break basket by the Panthers.
23-17 now. Shots up, doesn't go.
Not many white jerseys in the paint.
Matthew Kilmer putting that one up. He's in the lineup now for Luther, along with Lyndon Bias.
Younger brother of Emery.
Almost poked that one away. Should also mention that Jack Healy in the lineup for West Salem.
We knew he'd get some playing
they
time.
try to go underneath the Casey Tart.
Good call. That should be white,
Poked
and
away.
it was. Good call by the lead official.
23-17, 8:39 left. The Panthers with a lead here. Come back the other way. Both of these coaches we talked to tonight both said, I don't know, it could go either way. We haven't played for 3 days, you know, so.
Exactly. You can see a little bit of that. They're a little raw, a little stale, a little not quite in rhythm.
Oh, nice move by Bennett Lairsh.
Yeah, 2 in a row, the same move. Right over Casey Tart.
Whoa, almost lost it there.
Well, no school today for Luther, but all the students showed up for the game, didn't they?
Yeah, well, a lot of them did, that's for sure. And we're going to have a foul.
That looked like a possible jump ball, but
that'll be on Matthew Kilmer. That's the third team foul and his first. And Foreman's going to get to go to the line and shoot. He'll shoot 2. 8:07 left in the first half here, 23-19 our score.
Foreman had 16 points, kind of ruled the paint last time these teams played. Dunham 9 and Athnos 23.
Misses the first one. Let's see if he can put the second one in here. Trenton Foreman. 67% free throw shooter as he puts in the second one.
Panthers back to a man-to-man, switching up a little bit. Some zone, some man.
24-19.
See how the Luther Knights attack, and they do a nice job of an entry pass.
Didn't go. Statler not able to complete that one. Feeds it inside now to Lairsh. Right over the hoop he goes.
Overlaid it.
Athnos pops. Whoa, that was
looked like one of those Lexi Donarski shots.
It did kind of, yeah. Just sort of floated that up there, and it went right on in.
Little floater off 1 foot.
There's a 3-point shot.
I like that.
26-22.
He's underappreciated, I think, at a 6'5" guard.
Joey
McNamara got a backcourt foul.
Who picked up that one? Number 4. Okay. Dummer.
Joey McNamara. Just fun to watch him play. His attitude, his effort, his desire, his passion.
Statler.
A little inconsistent though, Rick. One night he has 20, the next night 3. Kind of like the team is somewhat inconsistent.
Well, they've been consistent at home, that's for sure. Athnos, nice move.
Very, very. Parted the Red Sea and nobody came over to help. Not good defense in the half court.
28-22 now, 6:51 left in the first half. Statler with the ball. Hands it to Bias. Bias will take the shot, and he's got it.
Toughest shot. He's got a guy right in his face, and he takes a shot from the coffin corner. That was nice. Yeah.
Oh, travel.
Yeah, 1 too many steps. Josh Hauser on a travel.
28-24 now. Into the lineup for Luther this time, Caden Bridell.
Both teams going deep back into the bench. Well, I figured that with not playing much and the fatigue factor and not having much practice for the last 4 days.
Well, they still seem to be pretty fired up.
Yeah, but I mean, they need to get a lot of players in because
out of bounds.
Because you're winded when you haven't worked out for a while. Your fatigue factor certainly enters in.
Bridell takes the shot up and nope, doesn't go. Rebound comes to the Panthers.
Just not many putbacks for the Knights.
Casey Tart with a nice rebound on that one for West Salem. Here's Dunham now, goes inside. Marcoux back out to Athnos.
Knights need to talk a little bit more in that zone. Play man-to-man when the man's in your area. Just talk who's got who.
Shots up, off the rim it comes. Athnos hands
it
back off.
Is that good 2-ball? Athnos says, you can have it. No. Foreman says, no, you take it.
Little back and forth, huh?
Jeez, nice.
Athnos with 12 points already. 30-24, and out of bounds, they're going to say Luther ball.
Joey McNamara back in the game. Talked about how he had a special night against Logan, having 26 points.
Stadler puts one up, doesn't go. Lersch gets it back, and he's got it.
And he's got to do more of that. He's got to have 10 rebounds a game.
Well, he's got 10 points already.
Yeah, and he's got, I think 6 of those are on putbacks. The other 4 are on a good paint move inside.
Yeah, I would say at least. You're probably right, yeah. Oh, there we go. Athnos with another 3-ball that time. No, it's 2-pointer.
No,
2-pointer.
Actually,
who was that?
It was Casey Tart.
Oh, Tart, I'm sorry.
With a 3 from the corner.
They put it up as a 2, though.
Get some quality minutes here. Casey Tart, the senior, off the bench.
32-26. Dunham to Athnos. Wow, what a feed.
Jeez, nice.
Just, I don't think he was quite in position to do that. Timing was off a little bit on putting it in.
I like the passing, though, of the Panthers in the first set. Now, there's a you know what? That was a good move, though, because the dribble was like, I'm going to the basket.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
He missed it, but he did everything else right.
He went hard to the hoop. You're right.
He sent a message. I like that.
Ooh, a little walk there, they're saying, by Hauser. He doesn't believe it, but
I don't think it was, but
Tart comes out. It looks like Foreman will go back in. All right, Luther with the ball now. 32-26. We're under 4 minutes left in the first half. There it is inside to Bennett for Lersch, and he puts it in.
And you should get down to the other end and say, Isaiah, my brother, nice pass. Lersch to Lersch.
32-28. Lersch with 12 points now. There's Foreman, gets his own rebound. Oh, and he's going to get fouled.
He drew a foul, and I think the foul will be on McNamara.
Well, let's see what they tell us here. You're right.
It's because he stayed with it. He followed his shot. Good things happen when you do that.
Makes the first one.
We talked about this before in previous broadcasts. If you never go to the free throw line, Ben Riley reports in. By the way, first time we've seen him, the senior all-conference football player. If you never go to the free throw line, you're not doing enough. You're not involved enough on defense or on offense.
Quickly the other way, boy, kind of uncontested. Brandon Stadler goes to the hoop and puts it in.
He did. He saw that driving lane. He took advantage of it.
33-30. Athnos puts one up, doesn't go. Bennett Lersch with the rebound.
Holds it up nice and high, doesn't bring it down. Gets an outlet pass.
McNamara goes inside to Lersch.
Go up again. No,
Lersch
nice.
Goes up, puts it up, doesn't go that time, but a good move, you're right.
It was.
Strong move to the hoop.
Am I saying nice too much? My wife once in a while
Could
says,
be.
Terry, you say nice too much. Like, okay, I'll find some other words. I like the move, though.
It was, yeah. Dunham now with a three-point shot. Oh, my goodness.
We don't talk much about Dunham, the senior, at about 5'10". I know his dad real well, but he's played well.
36-30. Here's Dunham once again. Takes it in, takes it to the hoop, puts it up, and another two.
He challenged the night defense right over the outstretched hands of 6'1" Brandon Stadler.
38-30, coming up on 2 minutes left. First half, here's Lersch once again.
Go ahead.
Kicks it back out. McNamara will take the shot off the front of the rim. Athnos with the rebound. Feeds it to Foreman. Foreman walked. Yeah, he took too many steps, no question about it.
In the NBA, that'd be fine.
Well, I think he was trying to get in position to dunk it. He should have just put it up.
In college, too, when there's nobody around you, you might take an extra step. Officials typically let that go, Rick.
Yep. Well, not tonight. 38-30. West Salem's up by 8 points. Anybody's game here. There's Luther with the ball now.
Keep your dribble alive.
Yeah, he picked up his dribble, didn't he? Shots up, that's Riley. Doesn't go. Rebound comes to the Panthers.
His first attempt hits the rim.
Athnos kicks it back. Whoa, almost stolen away. Marco gets it, though. Athnos with it now. West Salem slowing it down a little bit here.
Trying to use their half-court set. Trying to get a good shot.
Luther in that 2-3 zone still.
Foreman and
Dunham for three. Oh,
yeah. The Dunham family's pretty happy here on this 30 below zero day.
Wow, that was quite the shot. 41-30 now, 11-point lead. Down to 1 minute. Luther needs a basket. Oh, knocked away. Athnos gets up there and knocks it away from Lersch.
Telegraphed it, so.
Knew where it was going, huh?
Yeah.
Athnos tries to go in, thought he should have had a foul there. But we're going to get a foul at the other end. And that's going to be on Dunham.
You can see, I think he did think, he looked at the referee, and of course you tell your players, don't stare down a referee, because the next time there's a 50-50 call, it might not go your way.
Yeah.
Bennett Lersch back in the game, see if they can get.
Nice shot by Bias, but doesn't go. And back the other way. 41-30, 30 seconds left. West Salem maybe for the last shot, you think?
I would think. Or a good shot if it happens before the 8 to 10 second mark. Go ahead and take it. That's what my coach would always say. Oh.
Dunham. Ooh, he didn't make that one. This is the opposite side. He likes the other side better.
I don't think Coach Kasserschmidt liked that.
Well, he does have pretty hot hand for that 3
12
point.
seconds to go and you take a shot like that? No.
Lersch puts one out and it doesn't go. So our score at the half, 41-30. The West Salem Panthers have the lead. We're going to take a break and then we'll be back with some of those wonderful stats and heavens knows what else. So stick around, everybody. You're watching high school basketball on KQEG TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Are you ready for the Ultimate Platter Challenge? Jerry here at Big Boar Barbecue. Our Ultimate Platter is loaded with pork, brisket, chicken, ribs, 3 sides, and 4 slices of bread. If you can eat it all, it's yours free. I'll even give you a certificate for another one you can share with your friends. So how about it? You ready to take the challenge? Stop by, check out the rules, and dig in. And oh yeah, that's a mouthful.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson. It's halftime here at Onalaska Luther High School. Our score at the half is 41-30. Are we kind of seeing, I think we're seeing what we expected here. I'm surprised that West Salem has pulled away a little bit, but up until about, the last 3 minutes, it was a pretty even game all the way.
One thing we're seeing that I didn't think we'd see, and that's the lack of intensity on defense. I didn't think either team played very well defensively, giving up way too many easy shots.
Yeah, well, as far as scoring goes tonight, West Salem looking at being led, I should say, by Athnos with 12 points. Mitchell Dunham hitting 3 threes in that first half. He's got 11 points. 9 points for Trenton Foreman, 5 points for Josh Hauser, 2 points for Tyler Marco, and 2 points for Casey Hart, for a total of 41 points. From the line, the Panthers, the only one gone to the line so far is Trenton Foreman, and he's, 2 out of 4 from the line. So nobody in any major foul trouble for the Panthers at this point.
Well, we talked about players to watch, and certainly the ones we mentioned in the beginning of the game are the players that have taken the lead in this game, and that's Athnos, a little bit of Hauser and Foreman, but the surprise has been Dunham, as you mentioned. And I really like the way Bennett Larish is playing in the first half. He leads the team in scoring with 16. Emery Bias, certainly one of the players to watch. I think in the second half, Isaiah Larish and Brandon Stadler need to step up along with Joey McNamara. But one thing I like about the first half in terms of what West Salem has done, they have taken away virtually the transition game from the Knights, because the Knights love to go up and down the floor like a wild horse in the mountains. They just love that. Yeah. And they haven't been able to do that. The majority of their points and shots have been in the half-court set.
Bennett Larish has led the way, though, with 12 points. He's got the most points for him. Emery Bias with 9 points, 4 points for Brandon Statler, 3 points for Joey McNamara, and 2 for Isaiah Larish. For a total of 30 points so far in that first half.
Well, in the second half, Isaiah Larish needs to complement his brother's efforts in the paint. I know he's only a sophomore, but he needs to be more of a presence in the paint. And Trenton Foreman shows so much, and it's kind of his football skills. He's so much purpose and presence and passion, and I think that needs to be something that Larish, Bennett, and Isaiah Larish, and they have that in their DNA, need to do in the second half.
All right, folks, well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second half of basketball right after this. Stick around, everybody. It's 41-30, West Salem Panthers over Luther right now.
It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the West Salem Panthers and the Onalaska Luther Knights. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Are you ready for the Ultimate Platter Challenge? Jerry here at Big Boar Barbecue. Our Ultimate Platter is loaded with pork, brisket, chicken, ribs, 3 sides, and 4 slices of bread. If you can eat it all, it's yours free. I'll even give you a certificate for another one you can share with your friends. So how about it? You ready to take the challenge? Stop by, check out the rules, and dig in. And oh yeah, that's a mouthful.
And welcome back, everybody. Halftime just about coming to an end here. 41-30 our score right now. The West Salem Panthers in the lead. Terry, what's it going to take to get this West Salem or the Luther team back in it?
Well, Luther needs to get into their transition game. How do you do that? Ask Dave Donarski at Aquinas.
He's not here, though.
Ask him how you get into the transition game. You play defense, and that defense causes turnovers, and you get uncontested layups on the other end. Well, that's one way you get into the game, and we talked about that off camera before we came back, and I think that's one thing that would help ignite the Luther Knights in the second half.
Yeah. I want to remind everybody, if you're watching on the internet right now, subscribe to our channel, and then whenever we start a game, you'll get an email that says, you know, KQEG just started a game, and here's who it is. So it's a good way to keep abreast of what games we're doing, and we've got a lot of games coming up, don't we?
Oh, we have a doubleheader tomorrow. I was looking at next week, and we go Monday, doubleheader Tuesday, doubleheader Thursday.
Yeah,
so we have 5 games in the 4 days next week.
Tomorrow it's Onalaska and Logan, boys and girls. Monday it's West Salem Luther. Oh, there we go.
There's a good start by Brandon Stadler. First bucket of the second half.
I guess we got to pay attention here. And now at the other end.
Yeah, what happens in the other end? Josh Hauser, who was a key last time these teams played, challenges Lersch and gets 2.
43-32. So we get underway here. Bennett Lersch now. Take that little hook. Doesn't go.
No.
Athnos with the rebound.
Just flat. It was flat. And it hit the rim and kind of circled right out.
They go inside to Foreman now. Foreman's going to have to kick it back out, though. Oh, it gets stolen away. Statler was there. Bias.
Oh, nice pass by Bias.
McNamara, though, can
Go
he
up
turn
with
around?
it.
He does. He goes up, doesn't go. Out of bounds. They say it's Luther ball.
Should have went up with it right away. You know, we didn't talk about Seven Rivers Sports. You know who our guests are this week on Seven Rivers Sports?
Let's see. McGuire Werner.
And Jackson Hamilton.
And Jackson Hamilton.
Yeah.
I should have known, of
Well,
course.
come on.
Well, it's perfect. We're doing their games tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Alaska versus Luther. We'll be there.
They're on the show.
Tomorrow. I started to say Monday. It's West Salem and Luther girls.
That's right.
From West Salem. Shots up, doesn't go. Dunham gets the rebound. And then on Tuesday, I believe it's,
It's Logan at Central doubleheader.
Oh, that's right, the Logan Central doubleheader, boys and girls. And then on Thursday, it's Aquinas Holman doubleheader, boys and girls.
And Wednesday, I have a WTC game while you take the night off.
Okay, I'll just kind of relax and take it easy. Here's it's stolen away by West Salem.
Then Saturday, I'm at Edgewood College in Madison. You'll be taking the weekend off.
Saturday is the West Salem Business Association's annual banquet.
Oh, and are you a guest of honor?
No, I'm just a guest.
What do you mean? You're the reigning
Rex.
Rex.
Yeah, but
So-
that's not what it's all about. It's
but
about
I mean,
something completely different.
You're a pretty important person in this community. I'm just a retired CEO. That's all.
Let's see. That was a foul on Tyler Marcoux. That's his second one. 43-32 still.
Oh.
Whoa, that was nice. Bias puts that one up and it goes in.
Oh, get back on defense, Knights. Oh, that should never happen.
Mitchell Dunham puts in 2 for West Salem.
I got a drill for that if Coach Shopper wants one.
There's a nice shot.
No,
McNamara puts it in for 2.
You know what? Luther is playing good offense, but where are they on defense, Rick?
Yeah.
Now look, here we go again, 2-on-1.
Very nice.
Oh.
They're just trading baskets back and forth.
Well,
you can't win a game
you read
that
my
way.
mind. You can't trade baskets. Defense is the great equalizer.
47-36. Bias for 3. No, sir. Rebound, though, to
There's
Lersch.
There's Isaiah Lersch.
Lersch.
That's the first strong rebound he has had in this game, and I'm high on that kid. He can do a lot of things like that.
So little brother gets in there, gets the rebound, and he'll end up at the line here, see if he can put in a couple for the Knights.
Big, strong Casey Tart
Got
getting ready
that
to
one.
come back in the game, Rick. He's got a football bill, doesn't he, the senior?
Sure does.
Giving Tyler Marcoux a break.
47-37.
One senior replaces the other.
And again, hits them both. Very nice. Cuts the West Salem lead to 9 points now. Let's see if they've got that defense you were talking about. Bennett Lersch quickly gets down under the basket.
Defense is not skill necessarily. It's not quickness. It's dedication. It's passion. It's work hard.
Athnos to Dunham. Dunham takes the shot. Doesn't go. It's going to go out of bounds. That'll be Luther ball.
It's effort. And my coach used to say, you don't need skill to play defense. You just need to. It comes from your heart. It comes from your spirit. It comes from your effort. You can make up for a lack of skill by just hustling.
Hustle.
Don't you agree?
47-38 our score. 14, just under 15 minutes left. Tonight's game. Here's Bias, goes inside to Lersch. She'll put it up, and he's got it.
He got the friendly nation roll. You can see they're doing a lot of Lersch to Lersch screen, try to get open, little two-man game.
They cut the lead to 7.
But you got to go back on
Hauser
defense.
puts it in for 3.
You got to go back on defense, and if they beat you off the press like West Salem is, take the press off.
Back to a 10-point lead. Down at the other end, the Knights missed that one. That was Bias putting it up. The rebound comes to Hauser.
Hauser did a nice job of blocking out.
There's Tart for 3. Nope, off the rim. Look at Athnos. Oh, my goodness.
That's effort, and guess what?
No defense, huh?
Oh, guess what? Brandon Statler forgot to block out.
Yeah, it looked like the Knights were just standing there watching the ball come off the rim when Athnos came zipping through and put it in.
But he answered. Brandon Statler forgot to screen out on defense, but he answered on offense.
52-42, 10-point game for the Panthers. Oh, nice block by Lersch.
A good no call. Went vertical and a good block. Play on.
There's Bias with the ball now for the Knights.
Bias needs a ball screen. Is he getting one from Lersch?
Shots up. Off the rim. Rebound to Lersch. It gets knocked out of Lersch's hands. He thinks he was fouled.
He might have been.
Foreman led him a little too far, didn't they?
He tried to save it, but.
Whoa, that gets bounced right into Tart's hands. Here's Athnos at the other end.
Sloppiness. Athnos should have went up with it. One too many passes trying to hit Foreman, but.
Is that what he was trying to do? I don't know what he was trying to do there, but we got a timeout, though. Our score is 52-42. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this. Stick around, everybody. It's getting good.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West. Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back, everybody, as Athnos puts one up and in for a three-pointer.
A well-designed out-of-bounds play by Steve Kastenschmidt. Dunham to Athnos. After the timeout, a big three.
55-42 now the other end, and not that time as McNamara tries to put in a three. 55-42, West Salem in the lead. Now from the corner, Hauser doesn't go. Rebound comes to the Knights. They go inside. Isaiah Lersch tries to go in and
drew a
spin.
foul.
Drew a
foul. I think he should have went baseline side, but at least he drew a foul. Steve Kastenschmidt said that was vertical. What are we doing? What am I doing? I'm teaching my guys to go vertical. You know, when we took that timeout, I was mentioning to you that when teams haven't played for so long, they haven't had practice out of school, you need to use all your timeouts. You need to go deep into your bench. You need to use all your timeouts. You maybe need to take a press off and just go half court to give your players a chance to recover from their offensive possession. Some of the things to consider in a game like this.
Biedenbender in the lineup now for Luther. Isaiah makes the second shot. Isaiah Lersch.
Isaiah's got good mechanics on his shot. Matt Kilmer in the lineup, the 6'4" senior.
Let Athnos sit down. He's got 3 fouls on him.
Only 4 seniors on that Luther roster.
Jack Healy in the lineup for West Salem. Little press by the Knights. West Salem beats it. Here's Healy. He got fouled.
Ooh. Late call.
That Lersch will pick up, I think, his first foul. Missed it. Say one of our sponsors today, I got to be sure to mention, is Lewiston Monument in Lewiston, Minnesota, founded in 1919 and has been a tradition for 4 generations. They specialize in cemetery memorials of all types. Lewiston Monument can help you with a difficult decision. Lewiston Monument.
Bernie Kennedy sitting over across watching the game. Oh, kicking. So we'll see Bernie Kennedy. We'll see the Kennedy family on Monday at West Salem. I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah. West Salem Luther girls.
Two new coaches. Matt Quick at West Salem and a new coach for the Luther Knights after Joe Babinick retired.
Healy puts one up that doesn't go, and the rebound comes to the Knights. Biedenbender brings it down. No, excuse me, that was Bias, Lyndon Bias.
Bias asking for a screen and gets a mid-range shot he should have made.
Hauser will get the rebound on that one.
Knights back to that zone. The lead keeps expanding. They need to go man-to-man.
Healy to, whoa. Tart was moving in the wrong direction there when the pass came his way. Here's Bias. Bias misses again. Boy, I tell you, the Knights are having trouble getting that in the hoop, and we're going to have a foul called.
This is what happened with Bias the second half of the game on December 13th. He kind of went cold.
Is that right? Hey, I started to say, if you're watching our internet feed, subscribe to our channel. I want to say this again, and you will get an email when we start a game so that you know what game is coming on, and that way you'll be able, you won't miss it.
We got blood, so the official call.
Yeah,
you know, or you can do like Jason Barr, and his daughter had such a great game against Onalaska, Kayla Barr from Aquinas. He called me up and ordered a copy. You can do that too.
You can do that too. That's absolutely right. We'll make you a copy of any of these games. So 55-43, 11 minutes and 19 seconds left. Ball comes in. West Salem with it now. This is Dunham. Mitchell Dunham having a great night tonight. He's got 13 points.
Yeah, he was hot in the first half and kind of cooled off a little bit here in the second half.
Well, let's see if he's still cool. Oh, no, he feeds it to Tart.
Tart likes that three-point shot. And he takes it again.
Kind of spins around and goes ahead and throws it up there.
Kind of off balance. I don't know if Coach Kasserschmidt liked that shot, but nevertheless, nice move.
McNamara, but doesn't get it. Didn't get the foul, didn't get the hoop. Hauser now. Nice move, doesn't go.
Kind of a Euro step.
Yeah, kind of threw that up there, didn't he? Here's Bias at the other end.
Jeez.
Still doesn't go. Foreman with the rebound. And now Dunham will bring it down for the Panthers and kind of pull things up for a moment.
Kind of some ill-advised shot, Rick.
You can see Foreman and Isaiah Lersch having a few words with each other, it looks like, down there.
Two big guys. They'll be bouncers when they get to college. Work on 3rd Street.
Well, I don't think they were saying nice things to each other.
Well, bouncers never say nice things. Depends on what you say to them.
Hauser in the corner now. Nice feed to Dunham. Back to Tart now from the corner. He likes that three. He hasn't made it yet, but he likes that one. Casey Tart with 2 points so far.
He's never taken the ball to the basket here this evening. Every shot has been from the three-point line.
Lersch underneath, and he's got it.
Got a nice roll right over the big guy, Casey Tart. Maybe that will inspire a little offense by the Knights.
16 points for Bennett Lersch. And here's the steal. They're coming back the other way now. McNamara puts it up and in.
Nice move. Expanded his step a little bit. Accelerated past the defense, past Hauser.
Tart makes one at the other end, and I think he's going to get a foul on that, too.
He is. I think Tart heard me say, take the ball to the basket instead of standing around the perimeter all the time. Look what happens when you do that.
57-47. Bias is going to come out now for the Knights, and Ben Riley will go back in.
I like players that attack the basket.
We'll see if...
Be a dual threat. Shoot from the outside, mid-range, and then attack the basket off the dribble.
Bennett Lersch picks up his second foul, and Casey Tart misses the free throw. Oh, they're going to say West Salem ball.
Brad Chopper saying there's a foul there. You might have grounds for that too.
Hauser now handled the inbound. He gets it across the court. There it goes.
Critical point in this game, Rick, with 9 minutes to go. 10-point lead for the Panthers. Oh, look at that pass.
Look at that full feed. Holy smoke.
I continue to be impressed with the way that Foreman plays the game.
59-47. West Salem in the lead. We got a whistle.
Yeah. You can't bump a dribbler as you attack the basket.
Hauser picks up his first foul. That'll be the team's 5th foul. Stepping out now for the Panthers, James Biedenbender. Loose ball.
Isaiah Lersch with a good move, but you got to finish that.
Yeah, 59-47.
We got 3 minutes here that the Luther Knights need to wake up.
Dunham back to Athnos. Oh, poked away there, but picked back up by Athnos. And that time it's off of the...
Active hands, active feet.
Yep.
You got 8:36, and the Knights need to answer by the 5-minute mark, or this game may be out of reach.
Let me mention Allied Insurance, or Allied Cooperative rather, one of our sponsors tonight. The products you need from the people you trust, all close to home, from agronomy, missed it, from agronomy to feed and grain to LP, refined fuels to Ace Hardware and Cenex. Allied Cooperative, now that's something to cheer about. There you go. Ben Riley puts 2 in.
His first 2. I like the move. I like the way he attacked the basket. Ooh. Wow, I don't know. Nice pass.
Bias.
Foreman kind of asking about that one. And
I think it was Bias that picked. Nope, who got the foul? 59-49.
Good hands by Athnos.
Lersch has to kick it back out to Isaiah Lersch, and he'll put it up, doesn't go. Here's Ben Lersch, puts it in.
Lersch to Lersch. Come on, guys. Make this a game.
59-51, 8-point game now. Here's Dunham, nice feed. Oh, that was pretty.
When you get beat down the floor time and time and time again, take the press off and go half court.
Trent Foreman gets another 2 for the West Salem Panthers. 61-51, 10-point game.
They're beating him down the floor with numbers.
7 minutes, 30 seconds left. Statler back to McNamara. Oh, he'd like to take that shot.
Can't trade baskets, Rick.
Lersch now inside to Bennett. Now back out to Isaiah. He'll take the three-point shot. Doesn't go. Rebound to the West Salem Panthers. Here comes Dunham.
Wisely pulls it up. 3 versus 1, and he was the one. Need to come out of the zone now and pick him up man to man.
Under 7 minutes. Dunham back to Athnos. Athnos will drive. Puts it up. Oh, that was pretty.
He'll be all conference, maybe even in a discussion of player of the year.
He went right around Lersch with that one.
Isn't he gifted?
Here you got a guy that's almost a foot taller than you, and you just go around him like that. It was very nice.
If I'm an AAU coach in the area, I'm selecting him to play on my team.
Yep. Bias puts one up. Off the front of the rim it comes.
Bias is struggling. He's fatigued. The Luther Knights need a timeout.
Athnos for 3. Got it.
Especially now. Absolutely timeout.
And there it is.
Athnos is taking over this game, Rick.
There it is. Our score 64 to, if I got that right, no, it's 66. Catch up, Rick. 66-51 the score. We'll remind you now, one of our sponsors here today is Jim Quinn at American Family Insurance in West Salem. If you're looking for insurance, that would be the guy to call. I gotta find my script. Here it is. For auto, health, life, and homeowners insurance, see American Family agent Jim Quinn in West Salem. Jim's got years of experience in the insurance business, and you can save money by insuring both your home and your auto with Jim Quinn at 123 East Hamilton in West Salem. Dream big and insure carefully. Jim Quinn and American Family. Stop in and see him in West Salem.
I don't know how many years I've broadcast now, maybe 20, and he's been with us the whole time, as well as many others. Schneider, Heating and Air Conditioning, Schumacher Kiss Funeral Homes. A lot of loyal supporters through the years.
We really appreciate it, too. So let's see, our score 66-51, it looks like.
Got about a 2 or 3 minute window here where the Knights need to make a statement. And they need to go man to man. They need to extend their defense. They need to do a little gambling within reason. See if they can turn the momentum.
Just a couple of quick baskets by West Salem really put them in a hurting position. They're 15 down.
Here's
Lersch.
There you go. Pretty. That is pretty. That's why you put a big guy out at the top of the key to find another big guy on the post.
Lersch, I think, with about 20 points, I believe, so far. 66-53.
Now we're seeing man-to-man by the Knights.
Well, like you said, they need to pick up the defense big time here if they're going to get back in this.
They need to scramble. They need to extend it. They need to come out. They need to switch on screens. They need to get in passing lanes. They need to get active hands. They need to do a lot of things, or the game is over.
Well, the Panthers with moving the ball really good, looking for an opening here.
Yeah, and they're not screening except right now with a Foreman with a screen. Nobody blocked out. And look what happens. Tyler Marcoux gets a big bucket.
68-53 now. West Salem back to 15.
One little letdown cost them a basket.
Bias puts one up, doesn't go. Rebound to Trent Foreman.
He's gotten cold, Rick.
Yeah.
And he's a quality player.
Marcoux back out again.
Good ball movement.
Hauser for three, doesn't go. Rebound to the Luther Knights. McNamara, there you go. There's a three-pointer.
I like it when it left his hand. It looked good, and Luther calls the timeout.
68-56. You mentioned a lot of our longtime sponsors. We got to mention Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services, serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. Traditional services or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. Schumacher Kish in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska.
Yeah, I'll be at Emmanuel Lutheran Church on Saturday for a visitation for a friend of mine. Her passed away recently, and her son-in-law is a refereeing partner of mine, Eric Pryor, Michelle Pryor. Their mom passed away. Schumacher Kish handling that service. So I'll be stopping there Saturday morning on my way to Dubuque to work a game.
68-56 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left. It's not out of reach. It's still pretty close. I mean, Luther could do it. They need to get back into it big time to get a run going here.
A run is right. They need to do it with defense.
Here's some defense now as they put some pressure on the Panthers. But they pull back too soon, I think. Here's Athnos, gets it down.
Look at that pass. Ooh, that was goaltending. Yeah, they missed it. It was goaltending, but
here's
play
McNamara.
on.
Statler inside to Lersch. Lersch puts it up and no, doesn't go.
Didn't get the roll, did he?
Nope. They're going to call a foul on Luther.
That's called a power rebound. That's if we played that back again, that's exactly how you teach rebound. One of the best teachers of rebounding was a guy by the name of George Raveling, and he taught what it takes to be an aggressive rebounder. That was Trenton Foreman right there.
Isaiah Lersch picks up his first foul. And here's Athnos underneath, puts it in for two.
He's getting better all the time.
(70-56) now. West Salem up by 14 points. Whoop, that was not a good pass. Almost lost that one. Statler now.
Knights need another timeout after they score on this, if that indeed occurs.
There it is, poked away by Dunham. Dunham with a quick move to the hoop, and he puts it in for two.
Just a careless pass by Statler. Dunham in the passing lane, anticipated well. Luther needs another timeout. They're coming apart.
Another turnover.
They're coming apart.
72-56. West Salem in the lead by 16 points now. We're down to just about 3 minutes left. Panthers looking pretty good to win this one tonight. Take over second place in the Cooley. Actually, they might even be tied for first place with GET. Timeout.
Good timeout. Official on 4. Getting ready to go 5 and call a turnover.
Well, let's once again mention we've got a bunch of games coming up tomorrow. Folks will be at at Logan for the Onalaska-Logan boys game starting at 5:45, and then Onalaska-Logan girls at 7:15. So you can watch both of those on our website if you'd like. Or you can watch it Saturday night starting at 6 o'clock. The next week on Monday night, I'd almost forgotten about that. They rescheduled that game to Monday night. Thank you for reminding me, Terry. West Salem girls against the Luther girls. That's going to be at West Salem, I believe. It was supposed to have been played Tuesday night, was it? Yeah, and it got rescheduled. So, and then on on Tuesday it's the Logan Central doubleheader, boys and girls again, and on Thursday Aquinas and Holman doubleheader, boys and girls again. So lots of basketball coming up, and I hope you'll join us. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get an email telling you what time the game starts.
And it's supposed to be a little warmer weather next week.
Oh boy, I sure hope so.
Should be a lot of fun to take in these big high school games starting tomorrow at Logan.
We're looking at rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then it turns to ice. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Well, and I'm on the road working college games.
Oh, you be careful.
All weekend, so I need to be
careful.
Very careful. Need to watch the weather forecast, right?
Yeah, West Salem's going to just work the ball around, maybe take a little air out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, looking for the foul, and Luther fouls him.
Yeah, and Luther says, I've seen enough. The second unit's coming in. And Healy reporting in along with, you check that, Biedenbender. You can help me with these. A lot of
Lyndon Bias is in the lineup now, along with Christian Wilm is in the lineup. We've got James Biedenbender. Biedenbender. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody.
Bridell's in the game too. Lyndon Bias.
Yep, got him.
The Panthers set to do the same thing here on the next dead ball.
Hauser puts one up, and does he get the hoop? Yeah, I think they're going to give him that hoop. Biedenbender picks up his first foul. All right, now for the West Salem Panthers in the lineup now is Jarrett Whitty, number 40, number 15, Austin Sevier. Number 25 is Jack Healy back in the lineup again, and Matthias Dummer, number 4. Hauser still at the line, see if he can put in another one. And he does.
And he comes out, and Grady Lejeune comes in, number 2, the senior.
Lejeunesse? I don't know how to pronounce that yet. That's a long one.
Lejeunesse?
I don't know. It seems like there's an
Pretty
S in
close.
there. So it's 75-56. Looks like the Panthers got this one, as both teams have brought in the second units. Up there, Jared Whitty. It's his hands on it underneath, and the Panthers will bring it back down. Here's Healy with the ball. Feeds it inside.
Nice entry pass. Nice bounce pass.
Whoa. Lajeunesse was not ready for that one, it looked like, when the pass came his way from Sevier. Now here's the Knights with the ball. And they lose it. Healy.
2 turnovers
pushes
in a
it
row.
Down. Yeah. Healy again. He goes in between 2 Knights, loses it.
Nice move. Oh, that is pretty.
There we go.
That's a
Lyndon Bias.
Oh, Lyndon Bias, the sophomore. That was very, very well done by Lyndon Bias.
75-58.
His dad, of course, John, part of the leadership team in this school. Did you know that?
Didn't know that. Sevier puts one up. It goes in. They'll give him the basket.
Drew the foul. I think the foul on number 25, Biedenbender.
Nope, they're putting it on number 22,
okay.
Wilm.
Christian Wilm, the junior. We talked about the Knights only having 3 seniors on their roster, so
see if Sevier can complete the 3-point play,
and
he does.
4 seniors, 2 in the starting lineup. 6 seniors for the Panthers, and Steve Cashenschmidt's second year. He's going to be 2-2 now against these Knights.
78-58, our score now. 3-point shot. Whoa, air ball. He rescues it though, and they put it back up again, and that time it goes in. 2 points for Biedenbender.
Yeah, Biedenbender's played well, though, in reserve. Played well on defense. Got his first 2.
78-60. Healy, nice feed inside Severe. Back out to Healy. He goes for 3. I think somebody might have gotten a hand on that.
Yeah, actually, well, blocked by Lyndon Bias.
Bias, yeah. Here's Bias with the ball now. Back out it goes. Biedenbender, there's a shot up and...
right at the buzzer?
At the buzzer. Nope. Are they saying it was no good?
Yeah, it should have been good. It better have been good.
Oh, they put it on the scoreboard, so we consider it good.
Carter Benrud on that, number 23?
Is that who that was?
I think that's who it was.
Okay.
Check that. Nice job, Carter Benrud.
Well, I'll see if I can add up the scores if you got a few comments you'd like to make.
I do. When you look at what's ahead for Luther, I mean, they need to regroup and school in session tomorrow. I'm sure they'll break down tape, look at that. When you look at what they have left, though, that rescheduled game at Bangor coming later in the season, and they have 8 games left. And I think if you're circling big games on the calendar, you would circle February 21st in the rematch against Westby. Westby in the middle of the Cooley Conference this year. And so that's and then they go into their postseason, which begins on February 25th. And the groupings are on the internet, and we'll see when they have their seeding meeting what happens. And the West Salem Panthers, now, as you said, are right there on where their goals were for the year, winning the conference, and they're right a half a game behind GET. And they have 5 games remaining, and there are 5 winnable games. And I think the big game February 8th when they host GET, a game you talked about. They lost at the buzzer at GET back in December. So this is a good, the kind of game we thought. West Salem put it away midway through the second half, and actually the Luther Knights dug a hole, Rick, and they weren't able to climb out of it.
Well, let me give you some scores here, and then you can decide on your player of the game here today. The West Salem Panthers led by Malachi Athnos with 24 points. Mitchell Dunham with 15 points, 12 points for Josh Hauser. Let's see, 15 points for Trenton Foreman. He had a good night. 5 points for Casey Tart, 4 points for Tyler Marcoux, and 3, 4, and I guess that covers it. Oh, and Austin Severe had 3 points there also. For the Luther Knights, scoring led by Bennett Lersch with 20 points, then Emery Bias with 14, 8 points for Brandon Statler, 7 points for Joey McNamara, 2 each for Ben Riley and Lyndon Bias, and James Biedenbender also got 2 points, 5 points for Isaiah Lersch. So you want to, what do you think?
Well,
Who's
I think
players of the game.
Oh, definitely for the Luther Knights, Bennett Lersch. He didn't play well last time these two teams played in December. Art and I were there. He rose to the occasion in this game. Didn't have as good a second half as he did the first half, but I continue to be impressed with him. And then the West Salem Panthers, they continue to have balanced scoring, and you referenced that. Malachi Athnos, every time I see him, I get more impressed. So he would be one of my players of the game, and the other one would be Mitchell Dunham coming off the bench.
I have a tendency to say we choose one player of the game, because it elevates that player more than spreading it out. So, and I think Mitchell Dunham just had a great game today. He hit, about 3 3-pointers just when they needed that spark. He was great on the defensive side. He knew when to pull it up as opposed to going to the hoop with it. Like you mentioned one time, there's 3 against him. He pulled it up. He did that a number of times, reset the offense. He was there to do it. I like Mitchell Dunham for player of the game for West Salem. On the other side, I agree with you, Bennett Lersch, no question.
So you making an executive decision then?
I'm making an executive decision. You can disagree with me. It's okay. You can disagree with me. I'm just saying that's who I would choose.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to get back in a gymnasium, and nobody's been in the gym all week long, of course. Yeah. Here we are on Thursday, and school hasn't been in session since last Friday. So, and I'm anxious to get to Logan tomorrow night for that doubleheader. Boys first at 5:45, followed by the girls. And the last time both those teams played, it was close. So let's just hope that it's close again this tomorrow night at Logan.
I'm anxious to get outside where it's warmer than it is here. I had to get that in one more time. You
Yeah,
know,
you did.
I want to thank all the folks here at Luther for having us up here. As always, Joel, thank you very much. Brad Sharper, what a great guy, came up, talked with us a little bit. Just always a pleasure coming to Luther, isn't it?
Well, in the pregame, I talked about the religious component here, the spirituality, the just good people. I was at Luther College recently. Same thing. You feel welcome.
Yeah.
There's a warmness, and I've told Joel that many times. All the schools are fun. We like going to all the schools. Some, are special, but most of them are very similar.
Yeah. Well, thank you, folks, for watching tonight. Our final score, once again, 78-63. West Salem wins it. They now will go 6-2 in conference as Luther goes 5-3 in conference. And I think that might move the Panthers into maybe a tie for first place. I'm not sure what GET has right now, but they're certainly up there with GET. They will go on to play Black River Falls next, and then they meet GET on the 8th. That'll be a big game for the Panthers.
Boy.
Luther goes on to let's see, who do they have next? La Crescent is next, and then they've got Arcadia after that.
Yeah, and Arcadia not having a real good year, but I don't think we're broadcasting the West Salem GET game. But if I'm not working a game that night, I just might go watch it. That'll be a great game.
All right, final score, 78-63 for Terry Erickson. I'm Rick Wilson. You've been watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the West Salem Panthers and the Onalaska Luther Knights. The High School Game of the Week, made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Lewiston Monument in Lewiston, Minnesota. And Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the West Salem Panthers and the Onalaska Luther Knights.